No countdown, no declaration. It began quietly, when the fighting was supposed to stop. After World War II, the United States stood alone, its factories untouched, its rivals crippled, its economy booming for the first time in a decade. The war had ended the Great Depression. Not innovation, not reform. War. And when the bombs stopped falling, the question no one wanted to answer was simple. What happens if we go back to peace? Because peace meant closed factories. Peace meant unemployment. Peace meant recession. So the war never truly ended. Instead, it changed its name. The Cold War gave it cover. A permanent enemy. A permanent emergency. A reason to keep the machines running. Bases stayed open. Contracts were renewed. Weapons were redesigned, not dismantled. An entire economy learned to breathe only when conflict existed. President Eisenhower warned the country about what had been created, a military-industrial complex so powerful it could shape policy itself. But by the time the warning was spoken, it was already too late. The system was alive. Wars became predictable, necessary, budgeted years in advance. Not fought to be won, but to be sustained. Defense spending stopped being a reaction, it became a requirement. Cut it too deeply, and the economy would bleed. So the country learned something dangerous. If there is no war to fight, one must be found. The United States began to call itself the world's peacekeeper. The word sounded safe, protective, moral. But peacekeeping did not mean peace. It meant presence. It meant troops where they were not invited. Bases where they were not wanted. Influence enforced at gunpoint, then explained away with speeches. We told ourselves we were stabilizing chaos. But chaos kept following us, from Vietnam to Iraq, from Afghanistan to Syria, from countries we could point to on a map, to ones most Americans never learned the names of. Each war had a reason. Each reason expired. The troops stayed anyway. Temporary missions turned into decades. Emergency powers never expired. Surveillance expanded. Budgets grew. The exit was always next year. And then something strange happened. We forgot how to leave, not strategically. Psychologically, because leaving meant admitting the war was never about victory. Leaving meant shutting down factories, canceling contracts, letting the system starve. Peace became the threat. The horror is not that the United States goes to war. The horror is that it cannot stop. A nation built to defend freedom now requires conflict to remain solvent. A military designed for emergencies now exists in a permanent state of deployment. The economy itself is wired to destruction, reconstruction, and destruction again. And like any creature that must feed to survive, it wanders. From region to region, from justification to justification. From generation to generation, always watching, always waiting, always staying longer than promised. This is not a conspiracy. It is worse. It is a system that no longer needs villains-only momentum. And until the country learns how to live without war, the war will never end. Because the scariest truth of all is this: the United States is not fighting a war. It is living inside one.